So today we're going to be talking about your social media presence. Social media. And the reason why this is so important is because as artists, music producers, musicians, we'd love to think that people fall in love with our music. But they do, but they don't first. They fall in love with everything else. And, you know, there's an old saying, don't judge a book by its cover. But everyone does that. Everyone judges a book by its cover. When we go to Barnes & Noble, we're looking at a bunch of covers, we pick a book, and we listen, or we read it. It's the same with music. You're on Spotify, you see your album artwork, and you decide what to listen to, if it's something you've never heard before, or you find an artist that seems captivating on social media, and you listen to them because of that. There's a lot of research that shows that people find a significant portion of the music they listen to from social media. And I guess this kind of depends on what you classify as social media. I'm including YouTube as social media because this YouTube here is a social platform. You comment, you like, you share things, you post content, and Instagram is the same way. You post videos, you post pictures, you share content. And if you're a creator with over, I think it's 1,000 subscribers, you get a community tab, which I've been trying to utilize more and more, where I can actually post pictures and post things just like Facebook. And then if you have over 10,000, unless they've lowered that restriction, you can also post YouTube stories, which I've been trying to do every so often. So YouTube is a social platform and people find a ton of their music on there, but people also find music they love on Instagram. I know I have. And TikTok, you know, that song Old Town Road basically blew up because of TikTok. So because of all these factors, you really want to make sure that you're on social media, and you want to control how you're on social media because it'll drastically determine the perception that people have of you when they find you for the first time. So social media is a whole marketing thing in itself, and businesses use it for marketing. That's really what they do. And you need to think about it the same way as a business would, because you're trying to put out all these seeds and stuff into the world, just like, you know, SEO, if you're familiar with website stuff, SEO, search engine optimization, all that stuff applies to social media platforms as well, which is why you have like hashtags and titles of videos on certain platforms and whatever. You know, it's a search engine optimization or like hashtag, or you're trying to get people to find you type optimization. So pick a couple platforms that you think you can just completely crush. So for me, my main platforms are YouTube, which is what you're watching right now. Actually, you could be watching this on my second platform, Instagram, because I sometimes upload entire videos that I film for YouTube on IGTV, which now supports normal 16:9 formats. It's not all vertical stuff anymore, which is lovely. So of course, I'm on Facebook. I have a Facebook page. I actually have several Facebook pages. I have Lasso, which is Facebook's TikTok ripoff. I have Vero, which is kind of like an old school type social media platform. I have Okuna. I just got Triller, which I've barely posted on. And then I just downloaded something called Rumble. So, you know, some of these I've very rarely posted on, and some of these I've posted on a good amount until I realized I didn't like the platform or whatever. And some of them I post on frequently. Like TikTok, I post on a good amount. And there's different reasons why you would choose different things. But the important thing is you just need to pick a couple things. So for me, it's YouTube and Instagram, and then TikTok is kind of my third. But I've been trying to push more in that because it's kind of in a growth stage, whereas Instagram kind of curdles back or throttles back your reach. Love shooting a video and there's like a freaking moving truck backing up. I don't know if you can hear that. Good times. Whatever, I'm gonna ignore the beeps. I don't even know if you can hear it anyway. So the rules of engagement change for every social platform, but the overall strategy is the same. First, you want to get on the platform and see what people are doing and what's popular. You know, learn, see what hashtags, if that platform supports hashtags or tags. For example, on YouTube, there are tools such as TubeBuddy, which I have, that you can use to analyze other people's hashtags and learn. But the strategy is different. Some platforms are very hashtag specific. Instagram thrives on hashtags. You very rarely will find something if it doesn't use any hashtags. Whereas on YouTube, the tags don't really matter that much. The most important thing are the titles and the descriptions, and even just the actual content in the video. If people are sticking to that video, they're just going to push it out to more people. whereas Instagram, it's just more reliant on the actual tags you use. And then once you know the type of content and the type of tags and word optimization you should be using, you need to post on some kind of schedule. So for example, on YouTube, I tend to post 2 times a week. On Instagram, I tend to post almost daily, sometimes a little less than daily and sometimes a little more than daily. For a while on TikTok, I was also doing daily or several times a day, and now I've kind of throttled that back just because I run out of time. But that shows the reason why you should pick a couple platforms that you can really crush, because you can't do them all in a good way. You know, if you want to do Twitter a lot, you're gonna have to post like 20 times a day to have people actually follow you, because the lifespan of a thing on Twitter is very short, whereas the lifespan of a thing on YouTube is very long, which is why you can post less. Instagram, it's in the middle, which is why you can do like once a day, 3 times a day, once a week. It's not going to cut it like it would on YouTube. So you have to learn the rules of engagement, learn what's popular, learn how to post, and then learn how much and how regularly to post on that platform. The last thing we're going to cover in this video is the aspect of your actual profile on all these platforms. I think you should try to strive for a pretty consistent look across your platforms. You have a profile picture, try to match it as much as possible. Make it an actual picture of you, because people will latch onto your face more than they will like a logo or something. If there's a banner supported on the app, make the banner try to match, or maybe make it similar in some way. You know, every platform is a little different, and it's good to customize the platform so that it looks great everywhere. It doesn't look like you cropped a thing awkwardly and just stuck it there. But make it match, you know, and then if you have a description section, just put the most relevant information. Some platforms support like hashtags in your bio that can actually change how people find you. I believe Instagram does that, or at least they did. YouTube, not a big deal with your bio or your About Me section, but you want to have a contact email there so people can actually find you and message you. And if you don't have an email for people to contact you, then make another email for people to contact you, for business inquiries or whatever you want to call artist inquiries. And that's really it. It's a very simple thing, but to do all of this over time and following all the protocol is very challenging, because it's not necessarily anything that's complicated. It just takes a lot of persistence and hard work over time, which is why I think a lot of people don't make it on any of these platforms, is that they start pushing and then they give up. And I'm not necessarily this huge like social media person. I mean, like my YouTube channel I've grown just like steadily over time, and then I've been focusing on Instagram a lot, and you know, I've tripled it in the past couple months just by following these tactics. I don't have a huge following on Instagram, but I could see if I kept this up for another year, I'd get to like 10,000 followers on Instagram. So as usual, I want to point out that I'm still learning, and I appreciate any feedback you can give me on your experience, because basically everything I do in this channel is me doing stuff and sharing it with you. And I think that's really all every tutorial in the world is. Even if someone's an expert in something, all their expertise is just doing something and sharing it. But I want to make this a circular thing where you're saying, actually, that's maybe not such a great thing to do, or maybe you could do this better, and I try it and then I report on that. And then that way it's a much more educational experience for everyone. So please, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, because I upload videos twice a week. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.